we're here at Lac La Ronge. We're going to fly out to the lodge, Sportsman's Lodge, and meet up with Rufo, hook up with the guys, go do some fishing.
Me, my dad, and a ton of other people, including a few other people from Team Prime Revolution, are going to Saskatchewan, Canada on a northern pike and walleye trip.
We are in Saskatchewan, Canada at Rufo's Sportsman's Lodge, and we're up here doing a little pike fishing and some walleye fishing.
Survival equipment in the tail, location transmitter in the tail. Your life jackets are in the seat pockets in front of you. If you need them, remember, inflate them outside the aircraft.
I love the travel to get here because it's a little bit of everything.
2 days worth of travel, you know, it's a long flight from Reno because you got a bunch of connecting flights, but...
My favorite of all time, the float plane. That's the coolest thing for me, just to be able to be up in one of those things are the coolest things ever.
Absolutely.
Mr. Caporo, how are you doing, sir?
How are you, sir?
Well,
good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to be back. Go catch us some walleye and some pike and have a good week.
The cabins here are actually really nice, besides the bugs, because it's always wet up here, so bugs love the moisture, but they're nice, they're good built, they're wood, it's actual hunting, fishing cabin.
How we doing? Here we are. Good and hot. Jesus. I mean, it is hot here. We need a little breeze. There we go.
Good, good. We're glad to be here. Third year.
Usually when we get somebody once, we're very proud of the fact that they usually will come back. And many of my clients now, they keep all their fishing equipment and most of their gear here at the lodge.
This is a challenge. Trying to remember what we got from year to year because we only come up here for a week. We got to figure out what reels go with what rods. So a little bit of a challenge today. We'll get them lined out though.
There was a loop that came over the drag, and if you were to, if you were to cast it, it basically would have just broke the line right in half, and then you would have lost the lure. So we pulled all the line out to get the loop out, and now it's good to go again.
We come back to Saskatoon every year because we've developed this as a yearly traditional trip between fathers and sons with me and Mike and Joey and Connor. My dad and my uncle Bill have been here.
So now I just take this and tie it like a shoe, right?
Yeah, pull it through just a little bit. There you go. And then just wrap it and then go underneath.
You know, this fishing trip is a great experience to spend time with my son Joey.
Especially up here, because it's just kind of us in the boat for, I don't know how many, 9 hours a day.
Oh yeah, if somebody's looking for that fish, you know, that memory of a lifetime, that fish that they've never caught before, they absolutely can do that here, and it could be on their very next cast.
It's cool this morning, and I think it rained a little bit last night, so can go have a little breakfast and get on the water and get some pike in the boat.
The food here is delicious. I've gained so much weight. It's like unbelievable. I've gained 3 pounds since I've been here, I think, because their food is just amazing.
Having a little breakfast is still a little hot, so once it cools down, we might be able to eat it.
Well, a little bit of everything.
They always have good food here at the Sportsman's Lodge. Breakfast and dinner and lunch is the greatest ever.
Here we are, day one, Rufo's Lodge. Good times.
Good to see you again, my friend.
Nice to see you. Nice again.
We missed you, Roger, last time we were here.
Should I go gold or silver?
Huh?
Gold or silver?
Silver.
You know, this fishing trip is a great experience to spend time with my son Joey.
Being in the little boats isn't too bad. Fishing out of them is more of a problem because, I mean, you got an 8'9", 8'6" rod, and the boat's only about 10 feet.
Never been the, you know, the really big fisherman. I'm more of the hunter.
I'm just using an easy bait, so pretty much just reel in. That's pretty much my whole strategy right here, and try to cast it over there on the weed bank over there. There's just a lot of cover, so hoping I'll catch one.
This is cool for me because it's something different, you know, and I don't do it all the time, and you know, my son Joey loves it, so it's good.
Oh, you just lost.
I did?
Yep.
Oh.
He's got it.
Yep. Here goes $1. Pretty good one, huh? Ah, boy Joe.
There it is.
Atta boy Joey.
Woo! Woohoo!
Well, I lost already. First bet of the day.
Are we having pike for lunch?
I think so.
Okay.
That's a big fish. I'm reeling it in, the rod tip's going under the boat.
Maybe?
36, 37.
Wow. Atta boy Joe.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
37 incher. A little bit of a knot. The struggles of fishing are real.
I really like catching the pike, where I like to throw my pole in the water and, you know, catch something every cast. And you could pretty much throw a boat over in the water, and I think these pike would hit it, as long as you had a hook on it. So. Atta boy Joe.
Look at that. Pike and some weeds. Pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Gar.
Oh yeah.
It's about 38.
Nice. All right, the kid is schooling me today. Like day one, and I'm getting schooled, like bad. I'm on the board with a little walleye that we're gonna eat for lunch. And the kid's got a 37 and a 38-inch pike. I got nothing. Wow, Joe. Nice job, man. Got it. Wow.
41.
41. 41
Give me
inches.
some, Joe. Nice, brother.
Fighting it wasn't too bad. It was, I mean, it's still, you know, it's hard on the forearms and the biceps, but holding that thing up for you to take a picture and video and all of that, it's hard on my wrist and it still hurts.
After you catch all these fish, you're gonna come out here. These guys are gonna fry them up for us right here on the beach. Unbelievable. You can't beat this. Rufo's Lodge. This is where to be right now, middle of July.
Oh, and the best meal of the day is the shore lunch.
They cook the walleye and the pike every single day, and then they cook potatoes and throw in onions in the potatoes, and it's the greatest fish I've ever had.
An off day here is never being skunked. I mean, you're always going to catch a lot of fish. It's just a question of how many.
Joey's got a 37, a 38, and a 41.
Hey, it's good. It's a good day.
We all do.
It's a good day.
I got 5 of them like that, and I got a 25-incher.
How about
That's
you?
all I got. My kid is smoking me.
There's a lot of things I'll take away from this experience. There's camaraderie, great friends, big fish, great food.
You flip it again.
Flip it over and then go down the spine?
Yeah, but you want
basically, but then you poke through about here and then go like that.
Let's start over here.
They'll actually teach you how to clean them so you can clean them with them every day. So you feel like you're actually being helpful and not just sitting there and just eating the food that they're making for you.
I love this part of the day because I get to eat after catching millions of big fish.
The river systems are pretty gnarly out here.
You know, going from one fishing spot to the next, whereas on the Churchill, you shoot several different rapids and fast water, white water type situations. So it is more of an adventure.
We just came from Lake McIntosh, which is where the main lodge is. And they call this place the Portage. You drive over on the side of Lake McIntosh and then hike over the hill. And you come over here and they got this big dock with all the boats set up, and then you hop on these boats. And then there's just a whole bunch of streams and lakes that you fish throughout the day. Very cool spot. This week's our annual trip to Rufo Sportsman's Lodge in Saskatchewan, Canada. It's my favorite fishing trip of all time. Great to get out here and catch some big pike. I think we should start a $5 tournament for $5 for the biggest fish and $5 for the most fish. What do you think about that, Dad?
That's fine.
It's great to be out here with my dad, a little father-son time. We don't get it very often with him at work, but it's super fun to go fishing with him because me and him get a lot of good bonding out here, and love rooming with him because we laugh about a lot of things and give each other funny jokes.
We got 8 fish yesterday over 36 inches first day. So I mean we're getting ready. We're getting after it. We're gonna catch them right here. As you can see, I just missed about a 40.
The main thing I put in my bag on this trip is my rain gear, because so far this trip it's rained every single day on us, and it's not just a light rain like in Nevada, it's a downpour when it comes. What the? Look at the line.
I
wrapped him up.
The more they throw the big baits, the better their odds that they're going to catch more big fish. Now, just for catching fish in general, you know, just about any rod and reel will certainly bring a lot of action.
Pike are funny, you know, you catch the little ones, they don't fight, they don't do anything, they just come in. You catch the big ones, they fight. They give you a good rip.
I love the fishing here because there's nowhere in Nevada where we're from that you could catch a giant 40-inch pike. It's almost unheard of in the lower 48.
I mean, we're using 30-pound braid, and you just saw that fish rip the drag off. It's unbelievable. These fish, as they take your baits, the big fish, they go straight down into the moss, and you got to be able to haul them out of there. And if you don't, you're going to lose them. It's that simple. So you got to really get after them.
Oh, that's a giant.
Another big one. Oh. Another pig.
That's a giant. Ooh.
Yeah.
Jesus, this one. Okay, good.
Oh no. Get him. Get him.
Oh. That's 38. I'd say 38.
I'll give you a 40, Connor. We just lost him because we don't have a net, but he caught him. When we had him in the thing, I was grabbing his tail. I couldn't hold on to him. They're too slick.
Huge waterway system up here in Saskatchewan where, you know, one lake connects to the next lake, which connects to the next lake.
the river goes on forever and ever, and there's inlets and outlets, and they just keep going. It's hard to put a finger on where you're at, but they're pretty cool.
Seven Rapids. So did you pick your route?
Yes, I did.
Did you get your information from Connor, or did you do it yourself?
I've known it myself. It'll
Blow the boat, yeah.
Blow the boat around, so.
So you go the middle of the side here.
Yeah.
'There hasn't been anybody in Crew Lake in a month, I would say, huh?
Yeah.
They were in it earlier this year, but they haven't been in there in a month, so I would imagine the big fish are going to be biting and we're going to be getting after them.
Now, why didn't you use that lure before there?
Release. Woo-hoo. That's a pig right there, son. Woo!
39, 40.
It's heavy though, huh? Man, he come up and hit it right at the boat. It was like a big old
Nice.
beauty, beauty. Not a bad start for the day. One for the board.
We use braided line because the pike have super sharp teeth, so if they were to be able to get a hold of the line, it would just break immediately. And also on top of the braid, we have to use a 30-pound steel leader. And if you can imagine that, the big pike still bite through that leader.
You know, the difference between a 30 and a 40 is just power. Just pure power. The 30's gonna fight really hard. The 40's gonna fight 4 times harder.
Not super big, but a really, really nice one.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love fighting those big fish. It's so exciting when you hook into them.
You know, a lot of our customers are aging, and we need that new blood. We need that younger generation to get the fever just like Dad and Granddad did.
This is really a cool place for dads to bring their kids. This is the best fishing in North America, period, as far as I know it.
Oh, it's not a little guy though.
Listen to him. Wow.
I still caught like a 13 inches, so it's still the biggest thing today.
Wow. Gotta love Joey. Unbelievable. Can't catch a big fish.
Up here, it's just the fish are in so much bigger variety, and they're so much bigger.
And they're kind of prehistoric looking. I mean, they've been around for a long, long time.
Good, Dad. My third fish, but hey, it's a big fish, so I can find it. I desperately needed that.
Feels better than anything I've had before. Oh, no. Weeds. Finally caught a bigger fish. High five to the camera guy, Sean. Got some really good fish, you know, bunch of fish over 40 inches, and a lot of fish between that 30 and 39-inch range. So we've had a really good time. I mean, 34.
Yeah.
You hear that? 34. We made it over 30. Woo!
Been answered.
Wow, finally. Holy moly.
It ever comes around again, we'll be glad to come back year after year after year like we did.
I will definitely come back to Sportsman's Lodge because there's really no other place on earth to catch giant pike like this, and I think it's the coolest thing on earth.
You know, my son is growing up and he's becoming a really good outdoorsman in his own right, as well as Connor. I think for Clint and I, that's probably the most important and the coolest memory that we can take away from here is you know, watching our kids enjoy the outdoors as much as we do.
They're trying to confirm if they have weapons or not.
Eagle 6, Saber 3.
Roger, we're observing area, negative contact.
Saber 3, Eagle 6.
Where, if you find out where they are, are you just coming there to the north or south end? Because I'm looking on 7 All right, these guys definitely got weapons.
The wreckage of this life can build you or tear you down. What motivates you when there's no one else around?